Hey everyone, it's Ashley and I'm back with a quick Dollar Tree craft. So the holidays are quickly approaching, we have Thanksgiving coming up, and a lot of us want to have something beautiful on our tables to decorate with, but we don't want to spend a lot of money or spend a lot of time creating it. We have a lot going on, so I thought I would show you a very quick arrangement tutorial, and this is using Dollar Tree flowers. I really love how beautiful it turned out. And I use a copper mug for this one, so if you have any really beautiful mugs that you love, this would be a great way to display them. So just stay tuned and I'll go ahead and show you how to make one. So the first step is to take your floral foam and you're going to kind of measure the size that you need, because this is what's going to hold the flowers in place, so we want it to kind of fit in here. And I use the butter knife just because it's really easy to use. It doesn't require any special tools. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and I'm going to cut it down to about approximately that size. So it looks right around here. And as you can see, I put 2 of the extra pieces in there just to hold it in place a little bit better. And it is really, really messy, so you're going to have a little bit of a mess to clean up. Okay, so for the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to take our flowers and we're going to make sure that we push all the greenery up to the top and get that out of the way. It'll also give your floral arrangements a more natural look when you have the greenery up towards the top, because when florists cut flowers, they always leave the top pieces and then they trim all the rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the stems down here, and what I usually end up doing is I just cut around the outside of the plastic here, and then what you can do is just bend them and they snap right off. So there you go. So I'm going to do that to all the flowers, and that way I have them ready. You don't have to make them super long. I'm leaving this probably around 3 inches long, so there's plenty of room for it to stick in the foam, but not so long that it'll get hung up on the bottom. When it becomes time to cut the oak leaves, these ones you're going to want to leave a little bit longer. I usually cut them much longer towards the bottom, and then I can always trim up if I need to. The reason for this is these are the pieces of the accent pieces, so they tend to be taller in the arrangement, and it's better to have a little bit more extra room to work with. So when you're working with a mug or a small container like this, something to keep in mind is that this is going to be a round arrangement. A round arrangement just basically means that you're going to be able to view it from all sides. This is really handy, especially if you're having something at a table and you want everyone to be able to see around it, and it won't obstruct the view at all, and it'll look pretty from all sides. So what we're going to do is go ahead and start working with our flowers here. Usually one of the first steps that I do is I pick an accent flower that I think is really lovely. I like this one especially for the metallic, and you're going to place that right ahead in the center. And the reason for this is kind of the backbone of the whole arrangement here. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that there. I'm going to leave a little bit of space so that this has a little bit more height than the rest of the arrangement. The next step is to take some of our larger flowers, and what we're going to do is arrange them. We're going to take them and kind of arrange them around each area. So we're going to put one in the front, and then one on each side, and then one in the back. And then we can start working to fill in the gaps in between all of those. And this one will be pushed down a little bit farther. It's going to be a little bit lower than the top flowers here. And if you really wanted an inexpensive arrangement, you could kind of do something like that where you don't put a huge amount in, but I really like them to look very full and lush, so I'm going to keep adding to this. So the next thing that I'm going to do is start working on the rest of the accents. I'm thinking about putting some accent flowers along the sides here to kind of balance it out, so I'll probably have one here and one here. So as you can see, here is the handle of the mug, and you can turn it around and it looks the same on both sides. So that's kind of the goal that we're going for. I still have a couple pieces of accent flowers. I'm going to save those to the end and then add them where I feel is necessary. So I'm going to go ahead and start working with some of these little accent flowers. Make sure you always push up the little leaves up towards the top, that way you have a little bit more fullness to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these in areas where there's little gaps. As you can see, there's little gaps in between the areas that I'm working on. So I'm going to go ahead and put one right in here and kind of fill in that gap. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull all of these focus flowers up a little bit more, and that way they stay a little bit more visible. So you can see the gaps a little bit better there. So I'm going to keep filling in any of these gaps in here. So this is the side where I filled in one there. There's a gap in between those. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in as the background. This, if you find that your accent flowers get lost, you can always pull them up a little bit too. And as you can see, there's a flower here and a flower here, so I'm going to fill in the gaps right here with these hydrangeas. So as you can see, there's still some open spaces along the front there, and we want to fill those in. So what I'm going to do is take some of the dahlias and I'm going to go ahead and put those in at an angle to kind of cover up the bottom here. That way it has a really nice full effect and you don't see the foam in the front. And there's still a little blank space in there. This is where you could go ahead and put in some more accent flowers. So we have one on one side, one on the other, one in the middle, and we can go ahead and put one in the front in the middle here as well. And it's okay, sometimes you may have to angle these down. They are wire, so if you don't like how they're arranged, feel free to kind of bend the wire a little bit so that your accent flowers stick out where you want them to. So for these, I want them to kind of hang down a little bit underneath and stick out. And then I still have some extra flowers here. There's still some blank spaces in here, so I'm probably going to go ahead and add them in. And I'm going to go ahead and walk you through my display here so you can see all the bargain items that I used to create this. The picture frame is from Walmart. It was on clearance for $2. In the picture frame is a picture of a fall tree that my husband took. Also, the candles on top are from Dollar Tree from last year, and they were $1 a piece, which is a really great deal for the size. And I used some ribbon from Dollar Tree as well around the base of them. The candlesticks were from Michael's for $6 a piece on clearance. And the fabric that you see there, I made a tablecloth out of the fabric that I got from Savers thrift store, and it was 3 yards for $4. So it was a really great deal. And if you would love to see any more floral arrangement ideas or just holiday decor, make sure to check out my Facebook group. It's Dollar Tree DIYs and Decor. I'll leave a link in the description box for you. And if you like this type of video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!